Namaste students, welcome back to our today's session, computer science class. So this is week 5, network devices. So previous classes you would have learnt what is a network, what are the terms used in network, what are the types of network, and what are the network topologies. This week we are going to go in for network devices. So device means what? Some hardware device which are required for connecting a network. Okay, so network devices means a device used to connect to a network. So let us see. To build a strong network and defend it, you need to understand the devices that comprise it. What are network devices? Network devices or network hardware are physical devices that are required for communication and interaction. So only this device is going to interact with the network. Okay, it is going to interact with the hardware in the network, right? There are some types of network devices. What are they? Hub, switch, router, bridge, gateway, modem, repeater, Ethernet card, RJ45 connector, Wi-Fi card. First of all, let us see the device called hub. Hub. A hub, also called a network hub, is a common connection point for devices in a network. So it is a common connection point means many computers will be connected to this hub device for network, right? What is a basic working principle of this hub? Let me give you an example. Suppose, so due to this COVID-19, you are here at home safe, right? Otherwise, in your summer holidays, you would go for some tourist spots. So when you go somewhere out of station, you will get into a hotel, right? You will stay in a hotel. Now, there may be intercoms kept in hotels in order to communicate inside that particular building, particular hotel. Now, when you wanted to make a call from your room to the reception, what would you do? You will take the intercom and make the call. Suppose if there is a hub device connected with that particular network in that hotel, it means that when you make a call, you are supposed to make call only to the reception, but the call will be transmitted to all the rooms in that hotel, in that place, in and around that hotel. The call will be made to all the intercoms present there. So that is the purpose of working principle of this hub. So when the data is being transmitted through a hub, it will transmit the data to all the computers which are connected in the network. Is it clear, all of you? It will be transmitting the data to all the computers in the network. So that is why the hub, also called a network hub, is a common connection point for devices in a network. Hubs are devices commonly used to connect segments of a LAN. There are two types of hubs. So look at the picture of the hub here. There are two types of hubs: passive hub, active hub. What is a passive hub? Passive hub, it does not do anything, nothing. It just transmits the data which it receives to the destination. It does not do anything with the data. But active hub, it amplifies the signal. Suppose when you pass a data audio signal, if the volume is low, what would you do? You would just the same data only, nothing can be done after you transmit it. Data cannot be done with anything, it has to go with the same modulation only. Whereas passive active hubs are not like that. It amplifies when the signals becomes weak, it amplifies the signal and boost up and send it to the destination. Okay, so that is why this active hub, sometimes it also acts as a repeater. Note this word repeater. I'll tell you what is repeater. It is also another network device. We'll see in the later part of the session. The next device is switch. It is also another device in a network. So what is the work? How does this switch function? Let us see now. when I give you the functionality of the switch, you can understand what is the difference between hub and the switch, which would be better, right? So a network switch is a networking hardware that connects devices on a computer network by using packet switching. So packet switching, hope you all could recall what is packet switching, isn't it? If you have your notes, please refer to it. So let me once again recall you what is packet switching. When the data which you transmit, they are put into packets. They are divided into, broken into small pieces and put it into pockets. So they are called, and those data being transmitted in the path, they are called packet switching. The data are broken into pieces and put it into packets with their IP addresses mentioned. So with that, it reaches the proper destination. It goes to the proper destination because the address has been given to it properly, right? So now, with the same example of the hotel, I already told you, if you want to make a call to the reception, if you ring up, if you make a call, if there is a switch device connected in that particular hotel, you can make a call only to the reception hall where you wanted to call, only to the destination. So the call is made only to the destination point, nowhere else. Okay, so that is the work of a switch. So with this, you would have understood the difference between hub and switch. Clear? Look at the picture, below picture, that is a switch. The next device is bridge. What is a bridge? Bridge, the working principle of a bridge is it blocks or forwards the data depending on the destination MAC address. So as I told you earlier in the class, I've mentioned you about MAC address and IP addresses. Each and every computers have MAC address or IP address. So the data which are sent in form of packets holds the IP address or MAC address of the destination computers in their network. So what does this bridge do? It will see to the address whether this particular data needs to be transmitted to the other part. If it needs to be transmitted to the other part, only then it will be transmitted. Otherwise, the data will be blocked. Understood? If you are a student of class 9A, only then you can sit in the 9A class. Or if you are the student of class 12BC, 12B student has to be seated in the class 12B. 12C students has to be in 12C. Okay? Other students will not be allowed inside that classroom. Am I right? The same way, the bridge will block only, it will allow only the data which are required to pass over to that through that network. Other data will be blocked. Clear? Look at this picture. See the bridge here, it blocks the data which is not required for the network. This is another picture of bridge. So these devices, hub, switch, bridge, router, all these devices, you should definitely need to know the working principle, functionality of all these. We have given you some reference links also. Refer to it and learn what is hub, switch and bridge all, because in the board point of view you will have application based questions. You may be asked, you may be given a question with some application based real time examples, and you would be, as I told you, an example of a hotel. You may be asked questions like that. So and you may be asked what kind of device you will use for this particular situation. Okay, so that time you should be thorough with the particular devices which are meant for which type of network, which kind of network and all. So both point of view, these devices are very important. You should know the difference between these devices also. The next is router. The name itself says it is going to give you the proper route where the data has to move on. Okay, here this router reduces traffic. So what is the work of a traffic police? What does it do? He reduces traffic, means he just reduces or avoid collision among vehicles. The same way, the data can be sent as well as received at the same time. So there may be too many data sent and received in the same network path. There should not be any collision among the data being sent. In order to avoid such collisions, router is being fixed. So the router will have the IP address of each and every data packet which is being received to that particular end, so that it transmit the data to the particular destination where it has to go. Okay, so with this, the traffic of the network traffic will get avoided, collision of data also will be avoided. Okay, and router, see, as I told you, it reduces traffic. At the same time, router can connect different networks. Okay, hub switch can connect only to the same networks. Router can connect to different networks. For example, let us take an example of our computer lab, wherein we have got both LAN connection. We have got 23 systems. All 23 systems will be connected with, will have a LAN connection. At the same time, each and every system will have internet connections also, which is nothing but your WAN, wide area network, right? So we have got both LAN and WAN network in our lab. So these are two different types of networks we have got now. So in that case, in order to connect different types of different networks, we use router. Okay, so router plays an important role here when we connect different types of networks. So here, an important thing you have to note down: a hub is often used to transfer data between computers, but it does not do anything with the data. A hub will not do anything with the data, just it receives and transmits. Whereas a router, what does it do? It analyzes the data and it knows what it has to do with the data, whether it has to send the data that point or not. It can analyze it. So routers are commonly used in home networks to share a single internet connection between multiple computers. As I told you, between multiple computers, many computers can be connected to can get internet connections with the help of a router. Next device is gateway. Where do you ride your bicycle? On the road. Air transports will be on air. So we have got a path to move on with our data. So same way, we have got a path to move on with the data also. That path is called gateway. So gateway is used to forward the packets which are generated from the local host or network and but intended for the remote network. Remote network means the system connected in some part where we do not know where it is. Next device is modem. The name itself says modem. First three letters stands for modulation. The last three letters stands for demodulation. So modem does two work: modulation, demodulation. What is modulation? What is demodulation? Modulation means, for example, as you all know very well, computer cannot understand our language. It can understand only zeros and ones. So the message which we send, the data which are transmitted has to be converted to the zeros and ones machine language, which is understood by the computer. So some device we need to convert the signals, right? There are two forms of signals: analog and digital signals. Analog has to be converted to digital. The same time, digital has to be converted to analog signals, right? So when these analog digital conversions has to take place, we need a device called modem. There can be two types of modem: internal or external modem and external modem. There may be modems which are fixed inside the device, or there may be modems which can be fixed outside the device also. For example, your mobile has an internal modem. You can have a modem connected to your laptops. There are different types of, I've given you see, look at the below picture. I've given you different types of modems. You would have seen a modem in our computer lab also, which is used for a broadband connection. It's an external modem. And we have also got internal modems, USB modems we have got, which is used for laptops. And some devices have internal modems also. So it is in simple language, a modem is a device that is used to connect to the internet. So for internet connections, we use modem. Technically, it is a device that enables the digital data to be transmitted over the telecommunication. So digital data means what you say DP photo was very nice. What is a DP? It is a digital photograph, right? So through this digital devices you are sending data, they are called digital datas. So for digital communication we use modems. And the next is repeater. When we saw the topic hub, I stressed the word repeater, note it down, right? So what is that repeater? A hub can also act as a repeater, I said. How? In what way? It means that it is going to amplify the signal. The signals are amplified. For example, if you wanted to take up a 100-meter race, if I ask you to take up a 100-meter race, you will have some energy level to take up the race. But if I ask you to take up a 1500-meter race, what will happen? Will you have the same energy level what you have at the beginning till the end? No. So the energy level differs. You may lose some energy after some few meters. So in that case, you need some repeater to boost up the energy, to boost up the signal so that the data reaches with the same energy level at the destination also. That is the purpose of a repeater. So here, repeaters are used in transmission systems to regenerate analog or digital signals distorted by transmission loss. Analog repeaters frequently can only amplify the signal, while digital repeaters can reconstruct a signal to near its original quality. And look here, hubs can operate as repeaters by relaying messages to all connected computers, whereas repeater cannot do the work of a bridge or a router. Hub can be a repeater, but a repeater cannot be a bridge or a router. The next device is RJ45 connector. First of all, look at this picture here, RJ45 connector. Have you seen this RJ45 in our lab? So this is a 8 pin port which is used to connect computers with a network. Okay, so this RJ45 connector is a 8 pin port. Previously we had even 6 pin ports, but we are using 8 pin ports now to get connected to a network. So these ports you can find at the back of your computers to have your network connections. So in short, RJ45 is called short for register jack 45, is an 8 pin connection used for Ethernet network adapters. So this connector is most commonly connected to the end of Cat5 cables. About Cat5, Cat6, Cat6 cables, all we have learnt in transmission medias refer to it. So this is used for connecting computers to a network. Next device is network interface card. Network interface card, in short, it is called NIC. It is also otherwise called Ethernet card. Ethernet card or network interface card. Ethernet card or network interface card. What is the purpose of this card? Just like that, when you buy a computer, you cannot have internet connections with it. You need this network interface card device has to be fixed up in your computers. Only then you can have internet connections. Okay, so look at the picture of this network interface card. This is a device which has to be fixed up so that you can have network connections in your computer. So what is the full form of NIC? Network interface card. See children, full forms are very important. So the entire chapter you have to be thorough with all the expansions, full forms. Just write and see all the full forms. Let us have an assessment also with the full forms alone, right? So NIC network interface card is otherwise called Ethernet card. And for what purpose it is used? Example, home network or internet, for internet connections, or a home network, a LAN connections also you can use network interface card. And so look at this below picture. It is another card, PC card, which can be used for your laptops. Wi-Fi card. What is Wi-Fi? You know the expansion of Wi-Fi? It's wireless fidelity. So the name itself says wireless communication will take place only with the help of this device. So we need this wireless internet card, which is a small device about the size of a credit card. It just looks like a credit card. So these wireless internet cards, also known as LAN cards, which is used for local area network, means it has only limited range. Local area network, you know very well, it has got only limited range. Same way, this Wi-Fi has also got only limited range. Only till limited range you can use this network facility. So look at this picture. And there are different types of Wi-Fi cards. For each device it differs. You can have a Wi-Fi card for a laptop as different, for a desktop, and for a PDA, personal digital assistant. It's also another other device. You can have different types of Wi-Fi cards for each one of the device here. Look at this picture, which gives you a clear picture of how this wireless internet cards work. Wi-Fi hotspot. As you all know, you would have used hotspot in your mobiles, right? What for it is used? You can connect one or more devices around a particular range. Within some 75 feet to 150 feet, you can connect devices, one or more devices, to one single device. That is Wi-Fi hotspot. It becomes a center point to connect devices. So a Wi-Fi hotspot, usually a wireless router or access point, first receives information from the internet the old-fashioned way through wires. It then translates that data from the binary form into radio waves. Next, it broadcasts those radio waves into the surrounding area. But this wireless hotspot can take travel between 75 feet to 150 feet and transmit data which can be used to connect one or more devices also. So we have come to the end of the session, children. We have learnt many devices, network devices today. So kindly go through all those devices once again. Go through the reference links which are given by us. And thank you children. Prepare well for our assessment too. Soon we'll meet you the next session.